Will Jamal Murray live up to that big contract he signed this offseason? Which version of Jamal Murray shows up when the Nuggets need him the most? And will my man Christian Braun be in the conversation for most improved player this NBA season? I'm answering all of those questions right now. Will Jamal Murray live up to the contract? That's question number one. And there are a lot of variables that go into this answer. It's a $208 million extension coming off of a big deal that Jamal already signed. And before you're leaving the comments that I'm the biggest Jamal hater in the planet and in the city, let's talk about why I got to the point I am with Jamal Murray. What he did in 23 to help the Nuggets win their first championship ever, first in 47 years of being an NBA team, will never be forgotten. And Nuggets fans, media, I'm a fan first and foremost, will always be grateful for that because he was outstanding throughout that entire season. But with that, then became an expectation. You showed us what you could do, Jamal, and that might have been the biggest mistake you made because now we do have an expectation. A 7th overall draft pick coming out of Kentucky, a blue blood program, a blue blood player with all these skills coming in. You have lived up to it prior to this max extension. Everything that's been done in the past and been paid in the past, I'm okay with. You've earned all of that with big time deals that you've received in the past. Now we're talking about what the next 4 years look like. And if you don't show up the way you're supposed to show up, you're going to cost the Denver Nuggets a chance at a second championship. You're going to cost the Denver Nuggets a chance at a second championship in the Nikola Jokic era, which is the best era we've ever been a part of with the Denver Nuggets. So what does he have to do to live up to this contract? Well, let's start with what we saw last night when the Denver Nuggets were playing the Memphis Grizzlies for the second time in 3 days. He was engaged. His body language was good. He came out ready to play some dang basketball. He was really good throughout the first half. Scored 27, I believe 15 of those 27 came in the first half. And then in the fourth quarter, when they needed him to step up the most, he did it. He got going. He was engaged, had energy, and so showed some effort on the defensive side. So how does he live up to that contract? Well, win another championship, and you'll certainly do that. One championship in the Nikola Jokic era, it's a disappointment. I don't care how great it felt in 23-24. And I was there. It was a great night. But you have the greatest basketball player on the planet. You have the greatest basketball player that this city, this state is ever going to see in Nikola Jokic. So just one would feel a little disappointing. And all of that, 100% of that, in my mind, is riding on what Jamal does or does not do. So win a championship again, and you obviously live up to the expectation. I don't even care about the All-Star, All-NBA stuff that Jamal has never got. He needed those anyway to get qualifiers to get a max deal. He's already signed it. It's not a super max because he couldn't do it. So I don't care about that stuff. Those are Jamal's problems. I worry about what the Nuggets are doing. I need you to win another championship. I need you to show up nightly, engaged the way that we were talking about you played last night on a Tuesday against the Memphis Grizzlies. It's about the eye test. We've talked about this so much with the Broncos' young quarterback in Bo Nix. Can he pass the eye test? Ask yourself that same question the next time you're watching a Nuggets game. Has Jamal Murray passed your eye test? Like I said, he did last night. But before last night, when was the last time he passed the eye test? And don't give me the big playoff shots because Jamal Murray is paid to have big playoff games, not big playoff moments. Games, and you don't have to have the moment. So obviously win a championship, bring it every single night. I don't expect you to bat 1,000 and drop 27 and 6 assists and 5 rebounds every single night, but you have to play with that passion, that fire, the want to that we saw out of him last night. And the best example is what Nikola Jokic did in 2017 and 2018. He changed his whole life. He gave his life to the game of basketball. Jamal Murray, have you done that yet? I don't think the answer is yes. And when you do, that's when this season will turn around, and that's when the Denver Nuggets will become big-time players in the NBA as far as championship contenders do. He has a whole season to ramp up and get there, but right now, he is not, despite how good he was last night against the Memphis Grizzlies, who, by the way, were without some star players as well. All right, who is Jamal Murray, and will the real version be available for the Denver Nuggets when they need him the most? When do they need him the most? Yeah, you guessed it. You're yelling playoff at your telephone. That's the right answer. the playoffs. He hasn't been right for a while, and he definitely has not been right since last year's playoffs. I just said it. He had a couple of big shots. You got Anthony Davis and his stupid eyebrow all upset and got the great quote out of it. Jamal Murray made a shot, right? We all remember that. That was outstanding. But they need that version last night from Jamal to show up for 16 wins in the postseason. It's about energy. It's about engagement. I don't need Jamal to be an all-world defender, but can you shuffle your feet a little bit? Can you play a little bit of help side defense, my man, like you were doing last night? That's going to be good enough. Jamal Murray, we need playoff Jamal. Remember the T-shirt? Playoff Jamal, cross that out. Championship Jamal. That's what he was in 23-24. They need playoff Jamal to show up in a big way. Bring it every single night. When it comes to the postseason, I am going to raise my expectations. Jamal does need to score 25 to 27 every night in the postseason while dishing out 6-7 assists and grabbing 4 or 5 rebounds. That's what the expectation is for Jamal. As of today, I can't say that I am expecting that from Jamal Murray. Why would I? He hasn't shown me anything for quite a while of him being that dude. Now, he can stack some games together starting later on this weekend and continue throughout the regular season to change my tune and shut me up a little bit. But he's got a lot of work to get there and do that. So will the real version of Jamal Murray show up in the postseason? I don't know. I don't think anybody can give us that answer right now because he has been so inconsistent going back to last year and to start this NBA season. Another conversation I want to have, now we get to have some fun here. I've been ripping on Jamal for like 6 months, it feels like. He's given me the reasons to do it. Christian Braun, though. Let's talk about my man CB, the young fella. He's like the smooth-faced assassin is what Christian Braun is. That dude is a dog on the basketball floor. I got some numbers that I want to share with you about CB because I want to talk about most improved player. I think he's really going to be in the conversation for that award at the end of the year. Now, the Nuggets have to win some games because they want the most improved player, the NBA, they want the most improved player to be on a top 4 seed out of the East or the Western Conference. It's going to give them time to talk about it. The awards will come out in the second round of the postseason. They want that team to continue to be playing while they're giving out the awards. Go back a couple years ago, Joker was MVP and they got knocked out in the first round. That hurt the look, and that's what the league is trying to avoid. So CB needs some help from his team to get a top 4 seed if he is in this conversation for most improved player. But look at what he has done to start this season. He's scoring 8 more points a game. And that's just right now. He still can't shoot the basketball very well. Once he gets a little bit better of a jump shot, just more confidence in his jump shot, that 8 points could jump up to 10, 11 points per game as the season rolls. Shooting the basketball, just talked about him lacking some confidence. He's getting better. Shooting about 8% better from the field and about 6% better from the 3. Those are good numbers. Bring that up to 10, 11, 12% on the field goals. Bring that up to that 8, 9% increase from what it was last year from your 3-point shots, and you're definitely going to be a player in the most improved player conversation in the NBA. Just something else about CB. I told you, watch Jamal and see if he passes the eye test. Some nights he won't. Last night he did. But Christian Braun, that dude passes the eye test every single night. In fact, he passes it every single possession. He plays like his hair is on fire. He has a sense of pride. Oh, and by the way, he wants to embarrass you on the basketball floor. Ask Rudy Gobert about that. So Jamal Murray, I got a lot of questions for you, my man. A lot of questions as to what you're going to be moving forward. Christian Braun, I am absolutely loving what I am seeing out of you this early Nuggets basketball season. Nuggets Nation, how do you feel about it? You're already here, right? So since you're here, subscribe, like, why don't you leave a comment and we can become YouTube homies. I'll come back and comment on some of those questions, comments, concerns as well. I'm going to be here every Monday and Wednesday talking a little Denver sports. Nuggets today. This was Dover on Denver, and now I'm done.